So this is the first match of 3 against Asbjørn's Disco Trolls. Asbjørn is one of our oldest members of Aalborg Electric Eels, and I like to think that our decks has had almost like sort of a sibling rivalry, because we play most of the same colors, and we've had different times where one or the other seemed like the more dominant deck, but I've always had the experience that I was lagging a bit behind all the time and sort of catching up, and then Asbjørn kind of just moved forward with his deck. And he's had many iterations. There's been a deck with URBs and Disco Trolls. There's been a deck with Chaos Orb and Guardian Beasts and Disco Trolls. There's been a Controlish Disco Trolls, and there's been a deck with Serendipity Freets and Controlish Disco Trolls. And this newest iteration is without Serendips, but with more control, more counter spells. And I always think that pre-sideboard I am at a disadvantage. Last time we played, I lost before sideboard, and after sideboard I put in the terrors, and then I got through. And the reason being that before sideboard his trolls just stops my URBs, and his Serendipity Freets overruns my air, so I can't get through without the terrors. But Asbjørn has worked a lot lately, hasn't been playing with us, so this time he didn't have his sideboard ready, so I'm going into these games without any sideboard as well. So immediately there I feel kind of bad, but okay, let's see how this goes. We are having a start where he mulligans, tries to get 2 blue sources out immediately for counterspell, no doubt. I start with land, Mox, Lotus, Dark Ritual, using the Lotus, bolting him with the Lotus. There's 2 red sources left and 3 black. This looks like a draw 7. Yep. And yeah, that's what happens every time pre-board, because I don't have my red blasts. The thing is, my deck needs these key cards just to and then he strips minds me. This is not good when you have a game like this and you just have this sinking feeling that no matter what you do, you can't win. And I had this at the start of this game when I just blew up my hand and he just mana drains me. My deck sometimes needs these few key cards to set it all up, and he can just counterspell me. And the thing is, with that hand I had to do it, because each turn the risk of him drawing into a counterspell would increase, and he would just sit back with his blue mana sources when I have that much mana out. So he puts out a disc, I put out a Dreams, and he activates the discs, and now he's smashed my Moxen as well. So that was probably not the best idea, but then again I had to make him activate the disc at some point. Pre-board, I think his deck is just better. I mean, I can't, no matter what I do, he usually gets control with the discs, and I don't have the shadows in yet. Now he puts down the Beta Shivan Dragon. That's a new thing that he has in his deck. It's really old school, really a cool creature. And now he comes in, and of course I elect to let the dragon get lost in the maze. And then I take 5 damage, 1 from the troll, 3 from the troll, and some from the factories. But look at this board state, it's horrible. It's just horrible. Yeah. So I need to draw a terror or something. And okay, then I guess he just, yeah, he just wins. And I mean, it's not even like I had a bad start. I had a wonderful start, but it relied on that key card, the Wheel of Fortune, and then I would have had a 5-card advantage, given him 3 damage from the lightning bolt, and would have been great. And Moxon all over the place. I'm not saying it would have won, but when he mana drained the wheel, it was just, well, that's it. That's my hand. And then the disc, and then it's over. But again, I get a very, very strong start. And I need that. I mean, I need everything here to stand a chance. But it doesn't matter because, of course, he drew a Lotus and got his disc out immediately, and just now he's at a card advantage, and I'm mana screwed. Follows up with a factory, and look at that, it's just stable mana base, everything just works like clockwork. And here comes the troll. Perhaps it was premature for me just to play out the Moxon like that. I terrorized the troll, so there's that. I only had 1 terror in the deck before sideboard, but after sideboard I have 3 or 4. That's an entirely different setup. But I think I need to work on my mindset before, when I play Esbjørn before sideboard. It's like I'm almost giving up. That's, 3 damage. I'm at 8 life now. So I put down the Spectre, not enough to block him, and it doesn't matter anyway because he just bolts it. And there's 4 more, so I'm at 4 life. This is it. I can't keep up. Another Spectre. I think just blows that away. I mean, pre-board is just a better deck. I mean, there might be decks that I stand a better chance against than he does. Oh, he should have pumped his factory there. That's a mistake on Esbjørn's part. Not that it matters. But yeah, there might be decks I have a better chance against than he does. But 1-on-1 like this, without my Red Blast, Shatters, and Terrors, it's a losing proposition at this point. It's too much. Yeah, I'm trying to be cheeky here and using Disintegrate as a instant. Of course, you can't do that. So, yeah, well, I'm just getting crushed. And again, it's not bad starts or bad luck that's holding me back here. I have great starts, but it doesn't matter. Whenever I get ahead, he discs. If I don't get ahead, he just takes control. So I'm not doing this to be all depressive and pessimistic about it. It's just my current experience, analysis of the situation. It's at every angle of the game, the mono black deck is outplayed here. I mean, I can do a ton of damage early on, but I need the dreams out to do that, and I need wheels, and he can disc and counter those key cards. So, yeah, that's the reason why I'm having a Disintegrate main deck, and at this point, I think this latest iteration of Esbjørn's disc control pre-sideboard is too much. But let's see how this plays out. It's I'm down 2-0. I was looking through this recording. I was thinking there was something wrong. He sits like a rock. I mean, there's no movement, but this is actually 50% increased speed. Okay, but playing Amox and going through the motions. Oh yeah, this is actually a pretty interesting situation. I've mulliganed down to 6, and I saw there was a Black Lotus on top with Scry, so I couldn't tutor in the first turn, even though I had the mana for it, because I wanted that Lotus. I have a Twister in hand. I have now I have the Lotus because I waited a turn, and I'm searching for an Underworld Dreams. The play here is to somehow get down that Lotus, use that to get out an Underworld Dreams, and then twist the next turn. That will bring me 8 damage ahead and discard his entire hand and give me a new hand. So this is a great start again. Against most decks, this would be crushing. And he attacks me, but then he time walks. And I was so happy for a second because I thought, okay, now he can't counter. But of course he can. And then he mind twists me. Jesus Christ. So now the combo is gone. I used to I bolted him because I had a twist on a bolt in hand. Also, perhaps I had a Dark Ritual too. It was just perfect setup. But again, he just throws a monkey wrench in the machinery. And now I'm without a hand. At least I have a Dreams. So, but I get that sinking feeling again that was the opening. That was it. And here comes the troll. I've got 1 terror for it in the deck. But I can at least remove the factory with the Cinco. Yeah. So the situation is pretty dire at this point, because in a bit he'll have the blue mana up to stabilize, and I only have 1 out. That's the Terra, and I can block. The only thing that can block is a Singia Vampire. That's too much mana, unless I draw into a Dark Ritual, and then he can counter it. And if he can't, perhaps a Jusum Jin, but the Jusum Jin is not the best defender, as he just starts eating me, taking bites of me each turn. There's a factory. But again, I'm in pure top deck mode here. So there's an Ancestral for an even bigger advantage, and now even more mana. Yeah. I think that I've met 2 decks, this deck and a certain version of the deck, that gives me this feeling that there's nothing to do. I even draw the Terror, but he counters. So yeah, we all can see where this is going. I think that the next time I play Asbjørn, it has to be with sideboard. Otherwise, there's no game here. I mean, I don't mind losing at all, but there has to be a game. And I need at least 3 or 4 terrors, shatters, red blasts, just to have a chance. And then he can sideboard whatever he wants. I'm fine with that. I had to disintegrate for the troll, but couldn't make it. He just bolts me. Yeah, so that's it. That's 3-0. Just getting hit by a truck here. I don't know if I could have played anything differently. Again, I was perhaps a bit greedy in game number 2 with playing the 2 Moxen and the Sol Ring so early, but I didn't know that he could play a disc turn 1. Only the Lotus would allow him that play. And if I hold back, it takes too long and he stabilizes too much. So yeah, but that's it. Next time I play Asbjørn, I'll do it with sideboard, and we get a lot more exciting games when we both sideboard against each other. I mean, he has some good stuff against me as well, but at least my sideboard somehow makes it more even, because I have actual answers for his plays instead of just being demolished. Anyway, there's the version of the deck I was talking about where I have the same feeling as with this deck is an iteration that uses a Tetravus instead of Angels or Factories. Wait a minute. One thing I could have done was making sure that Asbjørn took the damage from the Underworld Dreams. If you look at that last recording again, there was like Ancestral and a lot of turns with where we forgot that Asbjørn should take the damage. Actually, I think that he would perhaps be below 6, maybe 4 or 5 life. That's in bolt range. So yeah, the learning proposition here is not to give up and be mindful of the board state. Or at least don't cheat yourself. Count the damage you do. A quick calculation is that we forgot about 6 damage, and with a disintegrate for 5, that's 11 damage. He's down to 2 or 3 life. So that's a bolt. But I would have lost anyway, even with 6 damage from the Dreams and perhaps 3-4 damage from the disintegrate. It wouldn't be enough to kill him, and he would have probably counted anyway. But still, remember your dreams, as they say. In this case, your Underworld Dreams. And yeah, well, whatever. Next up is a game against a new archetype in our local meta, and perhaps in the meta in general. It's the new Twiddle Vault deck with more than one Time Vault, and it's with all the bells and whistles, so should be fun. It's a best of 4, and it will be coming up shortly. Thank you for watching.